And I am of the full conviction that indeed there is such a thing as collective intelligence, especially when people start putting their own liquidity.
And with that in mind, I would like to ask you guys, I mean, mostly what do you guys think that we can talk about prediction markets as a financial tool that people can use to leverage their opinions, their assets, or should prediction markets consider it most like a machine of truth, like a public good for society? What's your view on this?
That's a very good question, right? Because implicitly you're stating that anything that is financial instrument is not really a public good, right? Which is, I wouldn't explicitly say it's one or the other. I would say, especially when a group of people start being coordinated enough, right? A certain pattern emerges the same way that whenever there is enough people that are convinced that there's a strategy behind, chaos emerges, right? So we are the very blurry lines of intersection of, is there such a thing as collective intelligence, right? And can that be expressed through a financial vehicle, right? Such as a position within an outcome that then you can actually borrow and trade with, right? Even on secondary markets or derivatives of that opinion. And I am of the full conviction that indeed there is such a thing as collective intelligence, especially when people start putting their own liquidity. There is a very fine and interesting case that happens when you actually start having skin in the game. You start thinking, or you start filtering your own bias, and you start thinking about what your neighbor is going to say, right? What the whole world starts thinking. Why? Simply because the alignment, the incentive is aligned. You want to win. You want to prove not only to yourself and to others, depends on how social native you are, of course, or the protocol is, the fact that you're right, but also you want to definitely banking that, that sweet gain and so on. So that whole unbiasing process and being able to think outside of your own box, outside of your own echo chamber, what the result is going to be. That's definitely one of the elements that make it a public good, a collective intelligence good, right?